Steve Waters died November 15th, 2018, at his home in Las Vegas of a heart condition and is survived by his mother, two sisters, and extended family. Steve's interests were many. He was a loyal fan of the LA Clippers, the San Diego Chargers, and the Grateful Dead, and he loved hippos. He even adopted a real live hippo at a zoo in Arizona and contributed to its care, food, and enclosure. The Santa world owes him a greater professional debt than practically any other person, for it was Steve Waters who personally searched for years to find an underwriter for the Santa insurance policy he pioneered. At a time when the best a Santa could hope for was to piggyback onto a limited liability policy for the clowns of America, Steve wanted to offer the Christmas Corps their very own comprehensive policy, which would include protection against false allegations of abuse or molestation. He once told me that the first few underwriters he approached actually laughed at him until they saw how serious he was. He finally persuaded Philadelphia insurance underwriters, they normally insure supertankers and cargo vessels, to take a flyer on one single season. The policy was exclusive at first to the Fraternal Order of Real Bearded Santas. Over the next few years, though, as the policy proved a financial success for all involved, it was made available throughout the Santa world and remains the industry standard today. If you knew Steve, you knew he was your friend, and we will all miss him. Fred Oster was a 13-year-old working at his family's Norway Magic Studio in Fredrikstad when he first donned a Santa suit for the first time for a store publicity event. In 1959, he helped found the Junior Magic Circle and thus began a life filled with magic, handball, football, and several decades as Santa Claus. His other passions were handball. He founded a club which went from dead last in 1965 to silver medalists in 1968. And football, soccer to us. He's credited for forming the coalition of business and celebrity in 1972 that resulted in the Norway Cup. I met Santa Fred back in the days of Aorbs, and despite the language barrier, my family thoroughly enjoyed having Santa Fred over to dinner in our home when he was in the States. He once told me that his record was 14 visits on a single Christmas Eve, many of them for free. I think he made this such a long day because he was so busy the rest of the season. Santa Fred was also one of Europe's longest serving Coca-Cola Santas, and he toured Scandinavian shopping centers and malls each December from 1999 to 2008. He was featured in a film called Christmas Santa Claus Norway and was renowned for having the tallest hat in Norway. He was also the all-time grand champion of the Norsenisselagat, roughly translated as the Scandinavian Gnome Olympics, a well-publicized annual competition in Norway. He was a noble ambassador for the Christmas Corps for 25 years, a founding member of the International Order of Santas, and the only European member of the Amalgamated Order of Real Bearded Santas. Don was born July 18, 1933, in Preble County, Ohio, to Walter and Mary Buckham Wood. He graduated from Montebello High School in 1951. Don joined the Signal Corps and rose to the rank of corporal during his 1953 to 1955 enlistment. Don married Thelma Irene Leonard August 14, 1955, and together they raised 4 children and had 11 grandchildren and 8 great-grandchildren. He was hired on June 3, 1957 at Pacific Telephone and Telegraph, retiring from AT&T December 25, 1996. He remained in his role as steward for CWA Local 9400 until his passing. More than anything, Don enjoyed talking to everyone, all the time. Many family and friends can attest to this and recall getting a call on their birthday each year, hearing his deep baritone voice singing "Happy Birthday." As Santa, he was an incredible presence and created a magical legacy. Survivors include his children, Dwight Alma Wood of West Covina, California, Kevin Joyce Wood of San Ramon, California, and Deborah Scott Widner of Murrieta, California, along with his sister, Rhonda Wood. Also, his 11 grandchildren. Don was preceded in death by his parents, his wife, his siblings, Patricia Hoskins, Rita Davis, and Alan Wood. Also, by his son, Gary. His presence leaves a tremendous gap, and he is already missed. The twinkle in his eye will remain in our hearts forever.